What's going on, beautiful bees? We be rising in nutrition, and today I'm learning about cardiovascular disease in my course, Nutritional Symptomology and Understanding Nutritional Imbalances in the Body. And so we're looking at arteriosclerosis, strokes, heart disease. It's the number one killer. And I thought this was particularly interesting in regards to homocysteine, which is an amino acid and breakdown product of protein metabolism found in the bloodstream. And when elevated, can damage the endothelial lining. Excess homocysteine promotes oxidative stress, causing cholesterol to change into oxidized LDL, which is damaging to the arteries. Excess homocysteine also causes inflammation, blood clotting, which raises the risk of blood vessel blockages, and endothelial dysfunction, which is linked to an increased risk of heart attacks and strokes. Homocysteine is produced in the body from another amino acid, methionine, which provides methyl groups for cellular reactions. A methyl group is a chemical fragment consisting of one carbon and 3 hydrogen atoms. When methionine donates a methyl group for cellular reaction, it becomes homocysteine. Typically, homocysteine receives another methyl group for vitamins B9, B6, B12 to regenerate methionine. Homocysteine levels increase when this process is impaired. Blood levels of homocysteine are higher in people whose diet is high in animal protein and low in fresh fruits and vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables, which provide the folic acid and other B vitamins that help the body rid itself of homocysteine. Other contributors include high coffee consumption and stress. The stress-induced neurotransmitters epinephrine and norepinephrine are metabolized in the liver in a process that uses methyl groups, which increases the need for folic acid or the other B vitamins. Visceral fat, obesity, and high blood pressure also contribute to high homocysteine levels, which damage the endothelial lining. When the endothelial lining is damaged, it attracts white blood cells and small, dense, oxidized LDL cholesterol particles that easily slip under the endothelial lining due to their size. And so what I'm finding is that not all LDL particles influence cardiovascular risk the same way. So the most important issue to consider is establishing healthy cholesterol levels is the size and density of the LDL particle. So there's two sizes, small and large, and from the research, it shows the small, dense particles are more destructive than their larger counterpart. And so if the LDL cholesterol left in the arteries is small and dense, it can trigger arteriosclerosis. And so the size of the LDL, of the small LDL particles, make them susceptible to being oxidized and stay in the bloodstream longer, which allows them to burrow into the artery wall, causing damage. And so it says this triggers an inflammatory response that perpetuates the accumulation of more cholesterol, immune cells, fats, minerals such as calcium and free radicals, forming arteriosclerotic plaque. Arteriosclerosis leads to complications of cardiovascular disease such as heart attack and stroke. So how do we reduce our risk of getting cardiovascular disease? Well, we want to make sure that we are eating natural food in its unprocessed, unrefined form, such as eating a variety of nutrient-dense foods, antioxidant-rich foods. Colorful, fresh fruits and vegetables contain a high amount of antioxidants. Eating live foods that contain live enzymes, such as fruits, vegetables, again, sprouts, and making sure that we have good quality food that is grown in rich soil that contains essential nutrients that are free of pesticides and synthetic fertilizers. So we want to try to get organic foods and try to omit trans fats, which contain refined vegetable oils, margarines, fried foods, and also refined carbohydrates, sugars, and reduce refined table salt. Instead, replace it with sea salt or Himalayan salt for the mineral content. And increase potassium rich foods. That's important. Avoiding processed foods and exercise regularly. So 30 minutes per day is recommended. And that is particularly, circulation is particularly important. Getting the lymphatic system moving, getting your blood moving, very, very important. And consuming fiber, a healthy amount of soluble and insoluble fiber, increasing omega-3 fatty acids, getting vitamin D, sunshine, or taking a vitamin D supplement if you're up north like me, and reducing stress, which I'm going to come out with a video on, which that in itself needs its whole other video. Stress, finding ways to manage and make stress your best friend, and finding just enjoyable hobbies and cultivating supportive relationships, and monitoring your blood pressure. So all very important. So looking at a holistic approach of your diet and lifestyle. So thank you so much for watching. And as always, be your beautiful selves. Be getting in some whole, healthy, fresh foods and some nature. When you do that, we'll all be rising.